that brings me to two things. One was like thinking about these videos and how we probably say something in each video that could be considered so much more than like if you binge watch these things, it's just like new point, new point, new point, new point. Where
And you can take one point.
you can
and
take one
it so
point,
far.
and and not in terms of like elaborating on it, but in terms of looking at it and be like, what does this actually mean for me? And then I was thinking about, I was talking to my friend and I was describing how the other day I was feeling a little unaware at the moment, when it occurred, and I was like, well, I'm unaware right now, and then I was like, but I'm probably more aware than 99% of the world, even in my lack of awareness. And then I mentioned that to you, and you're like, it's probably more percentage than just 99. And then my friend asked me, how can you know that, or how do you say that? And I went on this kind of tangent about how essentially it's an assessment of that generally I look at the world through my lens of my world, right? And so I see everything, and I'm not really thinking like, what is everyone's individual alien world like? It's just this is my world, and I'm seeing it as it is, and I'm doing whatever I'm doing. In terms of like mental, how it's being filtered. But then if I look at where I have been in the past and the worlds I've lived at different points in my life, and every just how unconscious I used to be compared to where I am now. And then if I look at people and I see how they're behaving, then I can get a sense of where they're at in terms of my assessment of my whole life, and in terms of how are they acting, and how much more reactivity does it look like, how much more unconsciousness does it look like, how much more of all these things, which is reflective of how unstable or miserable or whatever their state of being is. And so that's how I can say, even when I'm unaware, I'm aware that I'm unaware, and it's a level up from people who never even touched that point of even knowing what awareness is versus not awareness, or having any kind of self-evaluating system.